Hello, Oilers fans, and whoever is joining me today, whether you're an Oilers fan or not, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, whatever it may be. Thank you for joining me again or for the first time. I really do appreciate it. And today we're just going to be ranting about the Edmonton Oilers following the Game 3 loss to Vegas tonight. Quick disclaimer before I get any farther into the video. There's probably not going to be a lot of editing here. I really just wanted to rant and kind of move on. Post the video as quick as I possibly could. I don't plan on because it's really late. It's 1:30 in the morning already, and I don't really know like what my day looks like tomorrow as far as having time to edit, and I don't want to delay this post too much. So this video is probably going to just be more of a rant video. And I don't want you guys to think I'm not going to put effort into my videos moving forward. I would imagine the expectation is for Game 4's post game to be a little bit more in line with my Game 1 post game, where I was posting clips for the goals and breaking the game down a little bit more in a calm manner. The problem is that this is not supposed to be a calm video. I also talked about in one of my TikTok videos from earlier today. Link is in the description to my TikTok. If you're not from the TikTok, I would imagine most people watching this video have probably already come from my TikTok, but I mentioned how I apologize because I didn't post a Game 2 post game, and I felt bad about that because I wanted to. That was the idea. But I had a really busy day yesterday. I couldn't find the time to record, and so we're kind of going to mash them together, but we're going to spend like barely any time on Game 2 because that's well in the past, especially now that we have a whole nother game has come and gone. But let's start with Game 2. That was a game that I wouldn't necessarily say that Edmonton wholeheartedly deserved to win. I thought they had a good overtime to make up for it, but I wasn't impressed with McDavid and Draisaitl too much last game. Obviously, they collaborated for the overtime winner, which is great. But they didn't really put in the best 60 almost 80-minute effort in my opinion. I thought Calvin Pickard played really solid. He really made some absolutely massive saves for us throughout the game, but mainly in overtime. And then I think once Nicholas Roy or Nick Waugh took that 5-minute major, the momentum really shifted for Edmonton, and they were playing a lot better following that penalty. It is a little bit concerning that they seem to have a really hard time scoring power play goals on the road. I'm pretty sure they don't have a single power play goal yet on the road, which is pretty crazy when you really think about it. But their power play at home is really good. Like, it genuinely is just a really weird thing. Like, it's one of those things you can't really find an explanation for. So there's that. It's obviously been a couple days, so I can't say my thoughts are very fresh. I thought this was another game that Edmonton won on the back of their depth scoring, and that's a huge positive. One of the biggest problems the Oilers have had for numerous years is a lack of depth scoring in the playoffs, and we're finally getting it. But this team just seems unable to have everything clicking at once. And I feel like if you're going to win the Stanley Cup, everything has to click. Your star players have to play well. Your depth has to play well. Defensively, you have to play well. Your special teams has to be good. And your goaltending has to be good. And our goaltending seems to be good every game when Calvin Pickard is in net, not the other way around. And it's really unfortunate that Pickard is injured. I would imagine, got hurt when Thomas Hertl fell on the back of his knee. I believe that was just before the halfway mark of the third period, but he played the rest of that game into overtime and played good. He didn't just play; he made some huge saves. So I wonder if maybe they're letting him sit just because he's not 100%, but he's playable, but he's not 100%, and this gives them a chance to rest him with reason. But we have to have a serious conversation about who's going to be in net for Game 4 because there is a very real possibility that Vegas is going to tie this series up in the event that he who shall not be named is in net to start Game 4. But we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, obviously controversial call or non-call at the end of or close to the end of the third, right before McDavid and Draisaitl scored. Victor Arvidsson can opens Braden McNabb. He goes headfirst into the boards. Scary play. You're not wishing for guys to get injured. I believe he left the game like clutching his shoulder, so it looked like a shoulder injury at first. We'll get into his little act that he put on, because he's not hurt. And yeah, it's an unfortunate missed call. I do think it's a penalty. It sucks. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that that's not a penalty. It is, but you guys need to understand that people are reviewing this and calling it an obvious penalty when you're slowing it down to like point 0.5 speed, and you're analyzing it from every angle. The refs are watching this in real time. Like when I was watching this on television in real time, I thought that Brayden McNabb just toe picked and fell by himself. I didn't realize until they showed the slow-mo replay that he actually was tripped by Arvidsson. So I can't, like the referee, I can't even imagine what that looked like to him in real time. But it is unfortunate. But like at the same time, what I've been telling Knights fans on Instagram and Twitter and all over social media is, you guys had so many chances to score in overtime. Like I get it, you're mad you didn't get a power play, but you're not. First of all, it's not a guarantee that you're going to score on that power play in the first place, whether or not you have a good chance of doing so. And second of all, just because you guys got a missed penalty doesn't mean you should have a defensive breakdown like you did and allow McDavid and Draisaitl to get a 2-on-1, you know? So, like, there are other things that are involved in this loss outside of just a bad penalty call. And I don't feel bad about the missed call after seeing Brayden McNabb play today. Part of the reason why I felt so bad about it was because of the fact that he got hurt. But considering he played today and seemed to be perfectly fine, I have no more sympathy for Vegas or for their fans. I mean, I never really did in the first place. I can't stand that team. And I would say that they probably have 31 fan bases that strongly dislike them. And that's literally every fan base in the league that isn't their own fans. They are just insufferable in every single aspect. Um, Also, Nicholas Roy, or again, Nick Roy. I'm going to say Nicholas Roy. If I'm saying it incorrectly, feel free to correct me in the comments. It's always so hard with that. Like, I know Patrick Waugh is Waugh, but is Nicholas Waugh? Is it Roy or is it Waugh? Like, I never know. But he scores the first goal of the game tonight for Vegas in Game 3, and he shouldn't have even been playing. Like, he should have been suspended for cross-checking Frederick. I don't know how you give a guy a 5-minute major in a game misconduct in overtime and somehow it doesn't translate to at least a 1-game suspension. I would have given him a 1-game suspension. That's it. I'm not asking for 2 or 3. The fact that we have a guy who should have been watching this game from the press box is actually scoring and making an impact in the game for Vegas is just another sign that Gary Bettman absolutely adores the Vegas Golden Knights and they're his golden child. I really wish that I could actually vocalize my hatred for the Vegas Golden Knights. I cannot stand that franchise. If a genie came to me right now with 3 wishes, I would use all 3 on eliminating Vegas from the NHL. I wouldn't wish for the Oilers to win a Stanley Cup. I would wish for Vegas to actually, that's pretty stupid. I would use 2 wishes to I don't know, I'd use 1 wish to ever take the thought of hockey in Vegas out of the minds of civilization. Then I would abolish the franchise, and then I would wish for the Oilers to win the cup this year. That's the order I would do it. I can't stand the Vegas Golden Knights, man. They are absolutely unbearable. But let's get into Game 3. Thoughts are a lot more fresh for that one. I apologize if my energy is down. It's obviously late. Yeah, this was a Stuart Skinner masterclass, guys. Guy played great, right? No, he played fucking terrible, as he has in the other 2 games he's played in the playoffs this season. He is, I mean, I don't know what the goals against average looks like now, but I believe before this game started, it was a 6.11. An over 6 goals against average in 2 games, bro. Anyways, just to break it down really quickly, goal by goal. The first goal, the Nick Roy goal, I mean, what the fuck? Stuart Skinner falls over. He falls backwards after taking a puck, saving a shot, as if he got shot by a gun. And then Vegas gets the rebound and scores on it. I mean, what are we doing? Yes, it was a defensive breakdown. This loss was a collaborative effort. Like, I want to make that clear. I do think Edmonton played to lose. I don't think they deserved to win this game. It should have gone to overtime, and maybe Edmonton steals another win and is up 3-0 in the series, but it didn't. And you know what? I didn't expect us to win this game while I was watching it. I also didn't really have a great feeling about the game as soon as Skinner was announced as the starter, and I made a TikTok about that. I hoped for the best. I hoped that Skinner would come in and look more like himself, from last year, but I don't think that is a part of Skinner anymore. I don't think that last year's performance is in him anymore. I don't think he has that ability anymore, guys. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what this guy has done to warrant the defense from this fan base that he gets. He's not a good goalie. He really isn't. Um, the second goal, Riley Smith making, like, he looks like fucking Connor McDavid the way that our defense play on that. He attacks three guys in a 1-on-3 and somehow gets through. And, this is the game I blame Skinner for the least, for sure. Actually, I don't know. The third one was pretty bad too. I don't know if I blame him as much for that one, but my issue with the second goal is Riley Smith is cutting across the crease, or at least he makes it look like he's going to. So I understand Skinner wanting to follow the puck, obviously. The problem is that Skinner raises his pad as he's going to move across the net. If he just slides across and keeps his pad on the ice, that puck never goes through. And it stays a 1-1 game, or 2-1 game. Like, Skinner gave Vegas life by allowing that shitty first goal and then doesn't even go another 55 seconds without allowing a goal again. Like, it's ridiculous. And then the third goal was a absolutely horrible line change. Like, I get the guys are tired, but you cannot change on that play. And then Vegas has 4 shooters. Like, they have 4 potential guys who could shoot the puck. Skinner's playing a guessing game, and you can't blame him. He actually guessed right. Like, he guessed right on who he thought was going to shoot. He goes to William Karlsson. My issue with this goal is he actually gets a piece of it. It trickles through his, like, underneath his arm. Like, Jesus Christ, Skinner. Like, again, I know Edmonton has defensive breakdowns in every game. But the biggest difference between when they have defensive breakdowns in front of Pickard versus when they have defensive breakdowns in front of Skinner is that the Pickard makes the big save. The save where you kind of scratch your head and you're like, wow, I can't believe he saved that. How did he save that? Oh my God. Skinner never does that, man. Like, he never does it. It doesn't happen. The guy is incapable of making the big save or the save that you scratch your head and say to yourself, how the hell does that not go in? With that said, he actually made some pretty decent saves in the third period. He made a really big save on Nick Roy on a 2-on-1 that turned into almost like a partial breakaway. So that was huge. He made some saves to keep us in the game in the third period. I will say that. I'm already backpedaling. Connor McDavid scores a lucky goal with like just around 3 minutes left in the game. It bounces off, I believe, Braden McNabb's skate and goes in. Really unlucky for Aiden Hill. And then the goal that everyone is going to be talking about for a long time. Riley Smith scores his second of the game with 0.4 seconds left to win this game for Vegas. Somehow, we score a goal with just under 3 minutes or just around 3 minutes left, and the game doesn't get to overtime. And this is the second time in 3 starts for Stuart Skinner in this playoffs that he has done this. In Game 1 against the LA Kings, Connor McDavid scores with just over a minute left in the game to complete a 5-2 comeback and force overtime. It should have forced overtime, and Stuart Skinner allows a goal on the first shot that that LA got in response to that. Edmonton scores tonight with just over 3 minutes left in the game. There's obviously still a decent amount of time left at that point, but Edmonton controlled the play pretty well for the majority of that last 3 minutes. They literally had O-zone possession with like 15 seconds left in the game. Vegas comes down, and it's almost like the guys on Edmonton kind of stopped playing. Like, William Karlsson was skating into the corner after he dumped the puck in with like 9 seconds left. He skated into the offensive zone with everything he had left to try to make a play. And it kind of feels like Karlsson and Smith were so much more aware of like how much time they actually had left as opposed to the guys on Edmonton. Kulak shows no urgency to go after the puck in the corner. Darnell Nurse is belly flopping on the ice, up high in the zone, trying to block the initial faked shot by Riley Smith. Connor McDavid is the guy who should be up there going for a shot block. Darnell Nurse should be much lower around the net. And then Riley Smith, with fucking 4 seconds left on the clock, is pump faking shots at the top of the zone. Like, I can't believe you have that much composure in that time. You wouldn't think that's possible when all you do is watch the Oilers, right, guys? But anyways, Stuart Skinner goes out to challenge this shot for Riley Smith, and I get that you want to challenge the shot as a goaltender, but here's a crazy thought. Why not just challenge the shot in your crease? Crazy concept, right? I will put a clip up of the goal so we can see it in real time here. Stuart Skinner is almost at the face-off circle with 2 seconds left in the game, 1 second left in the game. And people want to blame Leon Draisaitl for tipping this puck in. I get it. He had a bad game. He's had 2 bad games in a row now, actually. He's very, very clearly injured. Like, it's clear as day that he's not healthy. And like, I can't, I mean, what else would you do? Again, you're watching this play in slow motion on the replays. Like, guys, like, Leon Draisaitl doesn't know that puck is going wide in real time, man. It's a panic move. You're just trying to stop the puck from going in. He doesn't know that puck's going to go wide. He can't see the future. Like, the puck is crossing through the crease. He's playing goalie because his fucking goalie's at the face-off circle doing God knows what. Like, they're, like, people on Twitter, I'm arguing with guys. I've been arguing with people on Twitter for the last little while about this. They're telling me he's challenging the shot. I understand. But why can't he challenge the shot in the fucking net? If he challenges the shot in the net, that puck never slides through the crease in the first place, and Draisaitl never deflects it in because he's not trying to make up for a terrible fucking play by his goalie. It's absolutely ridiculous, man, that we have to have conversations like this after every game that Stuart Skinner plays in fucking net. I want to say that we're not going to see Stuart Skinner in an Oilers jersey playing in net again in these playoffs, but I already know that, tomorrow at morning skate or if they do morning skate on Monday morning before the game, I already know we're going to hear Chris Knobloch say that Pickard is not ready to go for Game 4, and this franchise doesn't have the balls to put Olivier Rodrigue in net. They don't have the balls to do that. And I understand why you wouldn't want to. He's a rookie goalie. He's pretty much untested. You're going to throw him into the fire in playoff hockey. But, like, honestly, at this point, I'd be more comfortable with us just hanging a jersey from the crossbar and letting it dangle there. I'd feel more confident with that as opposed to Stuart Skinner in net at this point. And again, I know this was a more collaborative loss. Edmonton didn't play good today. They really didn't. They didn't even deserve to really get to overtime, so maybe we got what we deserved. But I would have been so much less mad about this loss had we lost in overtime as opposed to the losing the way that we did. And I know that, like, I know that not every goal was on Skinner, and it wasn't just his fault that we lost, but, like, I don't feel like you can say with confidence that he's giving the team a chance to win when he's making plays like that in the dying seconds of a game. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say. I really hope Pickard is good to go for Game 4. We all know that if he's not, it will be Skinner in net. There's no chance they put Rodrigue in. Just absolutely zero chance. This team has yet to win a game in front of Stuart Skinner in the playoffs, so they got to figure it the fuck out, because if Pickard's hurt long term, this series is in jeopardy. I really do think that if Pickard is hurt for the rest of the series and we need to play Skinner for the rest of the series, we will not win the series. That is my genuine prediction. And this team has a chance to rectify that thought if they can win on Monday and take the 3-1 series lead. Get it back. Show that you're pissed about the loss. Show some initiative. Do something. Like, our best player tonight was probably Corey Perry, who's fucking, I think he turns 40 in less than a week. Like, that is unacceptable, man. It's absurd. It really, really is. So, I'm sure there are other things that I'm forgetting to talk about. I'm sorry that this video maybe might be a bit boring without a lot of editing and stuff and things for you guys to look at, but I just wanted to get this one recorded and posted and done with. I didn't really want to spend a bunch of time editing it at this hour. So I hope you guys can forgive me. I promise this is not going to be the standard moving forward. Um, Let me fix that a bit. Sorry. Like I said, if you're from the TikTok and you take the time out of your day to watch my YouTube videos, I really do appreciate that, guys. It means the world to me. Um, Hopefully, we have a much more positive thing to talk about with game 4. But I can't say that I'm feeling the most confident in it now that we're like it would be such an Edmonton thing to win both games in Vegas to open up a series and then go back to Edmonton and lose both to let them tie the series up. Like that is such an Oilers thing to do, man. But we'll see. I got it. You got to try to stay positive at least. You have to try. It's all you can really ask for. We'll see what happens though. Obviously, I'm gonna keep pumping out the content. I will do a more proper game 4 post game. Hopefully, it's more on a more positive note. If you guys enjoy the content, it would be amazing if you guys could leave a like, comment your thoughts on the game. Try not to hate on Draisaitl too much because that'll make me upset. And if you really like the content, if you guys feel like subscribing, that would be absolutely awesome. Really appreciate it. And any support you guys have already been showing me it means the world to me. It really, really does. Yeah, go Oilers, go as always. But let's hope for a big win in Game 4 because I'm not feeling so great about the loss tonight. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.